What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are going to take one of my favorite teams that I ran in previous seasons to hit rank 10 before for a final spin here. As you guys may know or may not know, this might be the first time you're hearing about it, there was a lot of nerfs and buffs to Go Battle League moves last night. Now, there is a video on the channel about that if you guys want to know all the information. There is so much in there, so many new moves added to Pokemon, new Pokemon coming to Go Battle League, and nerfs and buffs to a lot of moves that are very common here in the meta. So today we're going to be running with Skarmory, Shadow Machamp, and Azumarill, all of which got a nerf to some of the moves that they use. Skarmory Sky Attack is going to do a little bit less damage. Machamp's Rock Slide is going to do a little less damage, and Azumarill's Bubble is going to do a little less damage. So my whole team that I love running right here did get nerfed. And I think rightfully so. I think a lot of these Pokemon are very strong and they're very overused in my opinion. Now, to ease your guys' stress a little bit, we don't know the numbers. So the nerf to Bubble could be very, very slight and still make Pokemon very viable, but just not as overpowered. And it's specifically probably targeting the Azumarill because 99% of the time people run Azumarill in Great League, right? Which means there's a problem. It's overused, so it needs a nerf. And Bubble was probably the way that Niantic saw that could affect it. So let me know what you guys think about all the nerfs and buffs, the new Pokemon, the new moves and stuff, and let me know what you guys think about this team. How are you guys' battles going? Oh, and as well, we hit Veteran as well, and we're currently 2686, I believe. I'll pop up the image right here, but we're starting to creep our way up in the rankings. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right in the video. All right, moving into this first battle, let's see how this one goes. We have Skarmory on the lead versus Shadow Hypno. I really like seeing Shadow Hypnos on the lead because it absolutely destroys my backline, but what's great here is Confusion's resisted, and I can do a lot of damage here with Sky Attack and put pressure on them, and I necessarily don't have to shield. So what we're going to do is throw the Sky Attack. They decide not to shield. I should have built up to Brave Bird, but that's okay. And now things are looking pretty good. We have a bit of lag right there, which is fine, but I'm going to go ahead and let this come through. I can't get one shot right here, and it's going to be Thunder Punch. And what I'm looking to do is get this Sky Attack and look to get Switch or Shield Advantage right here. So hopefully, well, I mean, both of which I'm fine with, and we do get Shield Advantage, which is fine. This means that Azumarill now can come in and safely farm down. We can keep Shadow Machamp away from this Hypno, which is likely going to be the only counter to my Machamp. We're going to go ahead and farm down right here, which is going to be really, really nice. We have Shield Advantage, we have Loaded Energy on Azumarill, and we have Machamp cleared from probably the hardest counter that they have. They could still have Azumarill, but that's definitely a better matchup. Now, we are going to see Galarian Stunfisk come in, which means whatever they have in the back is extremely weak to Azumarill, so we're going to go ahead and just throw the Hydro Pump. They only have one shield, so they're going to have to shield this right here, otherwise I basically win, and we land it right there. So that is basically a good battle, and they are going to surrender. So good game right there, but this team definitely does well against Hypnos. You just really want to face it on the lead or draw it out with Azumarill. So we have Skarmory on the lead now versus Tropius. You'll love to see it. These are the kind of leads we live for, and they are now going to swap into Defense Form Deoxys. So this is a pretty common team. It's going to be Tropius and either Bastiodon, Galarian Stunfisk, and Defense Form Deoxys. It's going to be one of those two in the back. So we're going to go ahead and shield this Thunderbolt right here. What I'm looking to do is chip away the health here of Defense Form Deoxys, throw the Brave Bird. I don't need health, or I don't need full health or energy to face off against Tropius. What I need is even shields and health away from Defense Form Deoxys right here, because it does have access to Thunderbolt like we saw right there. But what we can do right here is just not shield. What I'm looking to do is land a Hydro Pump. It is going to be a Rock Slide shield bait, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and go for Hydro Pump now. This does a lot of neutral damage in the matchup, and they may not want to give up their final shield considering they have Galarian Stunfisk in the back. What I'm guessing is going to be, and we land it, which is huge right there, which means we can survive the Thunderbolt if it does come through. So we're just going to go ahead and let this go, and we can realign. It's going to be a Rock Slide anyways, which is fine, which means we're probably going to see Tropius come back in, start loading up on some energy, but they definitely have to fear me having Ice Beam. I only have Play Rough though, but they do get off the charge move right here. I'm going to go ahead and let it go. We can realign Skarmory to Tropius, and we do have a 1-to-1 shield right here, and I'm guessing they either have Bastiodon, Galarian Stunfisk. It's going to be the Galarian Stunfisk. So we have hard answers right here. But what's really tricky with this team is that mid-game, you can't necessarily go straight into Azumarill. You need to get shields, you need to get health, and then you can go into Azumarill safely, because you can tank a couple charge moves, right? You can tank a Thunderbolt, you can tank a Rock Slide. So we're going to go ahead and shield right here and look to basically commit to that farm down. We did get, or actually no, I'm just going to throw the Cross Chop right away. We're going to go ahead and, yeah, throw that Cross Chop right away, get this Galarian Stunfisk out of there, and then hopefully we can get to the Rock Slide in time. If not, that means the Tropius dumped its energy, and Skarmory honestly doesn't care. It'll take out Tropius even if it does have some energy because it's going to be resisting all the moves right there, right? So Charge Me Now coming through, this is going to be taking out our Shadow Machamp, which I'm perfectly fine with. Skarmory's going to come back in, and we're just going to go for that Brave Bird, go for the one-shot, and that is basically going to be a good battle, very well played. So I definitely have answers to this team, which is always nice to see, but it's definitely tricky in that mid game with Defense Form Deoxys because it has the ability to beat all 3 of my Pokemon in given situations, so you need to use a team effort to take it down. All right, moving into the next battle, we have Skarmory on the lead versus Azumarill. We're seeing this all over the place. This is what I was talking about. This is why there was a bubble nerf, because Azumarills are everywhere. Heck, I was running it myself in these sets because it's very, very strong, and I really like this team. Now, we're going to try to swap into Azumarill to catch the charge move, but they do decide to throw energy right here, which I'm fine with. It's probably going to be a play rough, which it is going to be play rough, and they're not switching out, which is a tell that whatever's in the back is likely weak to Azumarill, and a lot of things that are weak to Azumarill are commonly or also weak to fighting type moves. So a Galarian Stunfisk, an Umbreon, for example. Stuff like that, I have a feeling that whatever's in the back, they can't bring into Azumarill, which means we can do really, really well. Now, it may be Altaria and Skarmory, but hopefully it's not, and hopefully I'm banking on that. With the play rough right here now, this should be enough to take it out, so hopefully it does. No, just not enough right there, which is unfortunate. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let this go through. Yeah, I let it go through. It's going to take us out, which is fine. We're going to come back in with Skarmory, load back up with energy, and hopefully Shadow Machamp can destroy whatever's in the back. There's a Galarian Stunfisk, and there's an Umbreon. Just like I said, if they don't swap something into your safe swap, that means it's whatever's in the back is weak. And that's why when you build teams and you have a lead, a cover, and a safe swap, that cover and safe swap kind of cover the same genre, not genre of Pokemon, but you guys know what I mean. Shadow Machamp and Azumarill can both cover Dark-type Pokemon and Steel-type Pokemon and Ground-type Pokemon, right? So this is why the Shadow Machamp can do so well closing. That's why I saved the shields for it, to be able to take out the Umbreon right here and the Galarian Stunfisk in the back. So that should probably be a good battle right there. So yeah, Galarian Stunfisk really can't do anything. I'm just going to go ahead and keep going for these cross chops. It's going to have to land an Earthquake. Rock Slide would be resisted, and Skarmory could close out this game anyways if they decide to let it go. And I'm going to go ahead and shield right here and just farm down with fast moves, and that is basically going to be a good battle right there. So GG's very well played to my opponent, but man, that's a huge tell when they decide not to swap out, that you may have a hard cover for their backline. All right, moving into the next battle, we have Skarmory on the lead versus Swampert. Kind of a tough matchup as well. I can't really go into Azumarill because they do have Sludge Wave, and that's a mind game and a half. But I can stay in with Skarmory right here. Hydro Cannon does do quite a bit of neutral damage, but I can put a lot of pressure with Sky Attacks and Brave Bird pressure right here. So we're going to go ahead and build up to Brave Bird and go for Sky Attack. It's going to do a lot of neutral damage, and same thing with kind of like the Hypno matchup, where you just kind of chunk away the health, get shields, and let Azumarill come in and farm. That's basically what we're going to do here. Another charge move coming through. It's going to be another Hydro Cannon. I'm going to let it go because I can survive and get to another Sky Attack before they can farm me down. So I do get to another Sky Attack right here. This is either going to near take out the Swampert or get the second shield right here. So we'll have to see what they decide to do. We do get the second shield. Okay, that's completely fine with me. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Azumarill now. I could bring in Shadow Machamp and try to farm down, but I was worried about 2 Hydro Cannons, whereas with Azumarill, all I need to do is successfully shield the Sludge Wave. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that this is Sludge Wave right here, and we're going to go ahead and shield that. So thankfully it was, and now I'm just going to go for the Play Rough right away because I do not want them to get to another potential Sludge Wave and shield bait me and all that. So we're just going to throw the Play Rough right here, keep our shield advantage. Even though we gave up switch advantage, we do have an extra shield. So let's see what they have in the back. They are going to have... Hopefully it's not a hard counter. It's going to be a Abomasnow, so it's definitely a hard counter, and we're going to go ahead and swap, but they have Hypno as well, which is not good. We're going to go ahead and go for this Rock Slide right here. This game's not over yet because we do have a shield still, but Rock Slide's going to do a lot of neutral damage in the matchup, which is really, really nice. And when Machamp gets the Community Day move of Payback this month, that could be a really nice matchup for us. So maybe Machamp, instead of running Rock Slide, is going to run Payback, and we can flip those matchups right there. We're going to go ahead and let this Thunder Punch come through. I'm thinking right here, my play is to actually let these charge moves go through because Powder Snow is going to be resisted, but I'm going to need a shield for the potential Energy Ball. So right here, I'm just going to commit to that farm down, but they sneak through an extra confusion right there, which is unfortunate. If I had that extra bit of health, we could have gotten to 2 Play Rough. So that's a missed call on my end. I should have shielded 1 Thunder Punch, gone for the Play Rough because I would have had enough energy right here, as you guys are going to see. And basically, I could have gotten 2 more bubbles in and gotten the Play Rough off. So really well played to my opponent right there. Definitely a tough one. All right, moving into the next battle, we have Skarmory on the lead versus Shadow Machamp. Pretty positive lead for us, but Shadow Machamp still puts a hurt on Skarmory because those counters and cross chops really start to add up. Now, I decided to go for the Sky Attack right there, but they do decide to throw. I'm going to go ahead and let this go through because what I'm looking to do is get that shield advantage right now. They do decide to swap out into a Azumarill, so thankfully I was able to land a Sky Attack right here, or throw the Sky Attack into something that's neutral. If they would have swapped into Galarian Sunfist, that would have been really unfortunate, but we can go into the mirror now. And what's great about this mirror is we are far ahead on health and we're pretty even on energy. I do sneak an extra bubble through right there, and I want them to show that they actually have Hydro Pump or Play Rough, which they do, which is okay with me because now what I do know is that my Azumarill having 15 attack is going to be winning CMP ties unless they have a 15 attack Azumarill as well, but I doubt it. And because I snuck through that bubble, I should be able to CMP tie right here and win that. And this is going to be taking out the Azumarill. It likely won't shield as well because they only have 1 left, and we do land it, and that is beautiful. Or they have 2 shields left, sorry. We are going to see Mew now come in. So this is definitely tricky. Because Mew is a box of tricks, as you guys know, and has a great moveset that could actually destroy my team. So we're going to have to see what this is. It's going to be Grass Knot. It takes us out. That's unfortunate. All right, so now it's Grass Knot. It's probably Wild Charge. So what I'm hoping to do is bring in Skarmory right here and look to get to a Sky Attack before they can farm me down because I need to chip away health with neutral damage, and I need to get a shield. Their Shadow Machamp is energy dry and it's pretty low, so if I swap into my Shadow Machamp right now and start getting ahead on energy, I can double shield whatever the Mew is about to throw and hopefully take it out with double charge moves right here with double cross chop. So they actually have Flame Charge Grass Knot, which is fine with me. I'm going to go ahead and shield again. Obviously, we can't let anything hit us right here, and hopefully they actually swap. And they are going to swap, which is fine. Like I said, Shadow Machamp was low, and we have 2 cross chops ready to go. Even though Mew is a psychic type Pokemon, Shadow Machamp is an absolute glass cannon. So these cross chops right here will do enough resisted damage to take it out, and that is going to be a good game. They still had 1 shield, but I had 2 cross chops ready to go. So GG's, very well played. All right, moving into the next battle. Let's see how this one goes. We have Skarmory on the lead versus Azumarill. Again, like I said, everyone, Azumarills are everywhere, and you guys know it. I don't have to tell you. You guys experience it yourselves, which is why these nerfs came. So we are going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack right here. 1 fast move away from Brave Bird. So hopefully we can get a shield. If we chip away health, so be it, but we get a shield. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and swap into my own Azumarill. They decide to swap into Abomasnow. So this is definitely kind of tough, but we do have shield advantage, which means I can actually put a lot of pressure here with Play Rough. It does quite a bit of neutral damage, and we can survive an Energy Ball and a Weather Ball as well. So I'm going to go ahead and let this go. It's up to them to want to land the Energy Ball, and I know I can survive it, but it's just going to be a Weather Ball, which is fine. That's some wasted energy right there. Hopefully I can get to another Play Rough in time. No, they're going to go ahead and throw. Again, I can survive an Energy Ball from this health. I know my Azumarill, and sure enough, it is an Energy Ball, and we can survive, which means I can get to this Play Rough in time because we're resisting the Powder Snow. Yes, it's 1 HP in a dream, but man, this is what happens when you run a team for a long time. You kind of know the ins and outs of it. We're able to take out the Abomasnow without having to shield, which is really nice. So now we can realign Skarmory to Azumarill. We know that Shadow Machamp can stay away from Azumarill, and hopefully whatever they have in the back, Shadow Machamp can handle. So we're going to have to see. Hopefully it's like Galarian Stunfisk or something. Charge move now coming through. It's going to be Play Rough. I was counting that they were at 5, but they're actually at 6. Which is fine, so we're going to go ahead and build up some energy. They may have Play Rough, Hydro Pump. They swap again, and they swap into Umbreon. This is perfectly fine with me right here. I'm going to go ahead and swap into Shadow Machamp, and this is basically going to be a good game. Shadow Machamp absolutely destroys Umbreon. as long as you have shields. If you get hit with Last Resort, it's bad news bears, but Shadow Machamp with counter and cross chop can really chunk away the health here of an Umbreon. We take it out. Azumarill is in the back, and I am going to have to shield my Machamp right here. I can't really trust in Skarmory to close this game out because it doesn't have a lot of health, so it could go down to bubbles. So we need to be shielding these play roughs, and I'm going to go ahead and go for cross chop right here. Rock Slide would do neutral damage in the matchup, but I'm hoping to get a shield bait, and any chip damage right here is enough, and we do get a shield, which is fine, which means I'm going to go ahead and now invest my shield into Shadow Machamp and throw the Rock Slide. If I wouldn't have gotten a shield right there, I may have let this go and then come in with Skarmory, but we're just going to go ahead and throw the Rock Slide right here, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. So definitely a tough matchup, but that mid game right there with Azumarill and Abomasnow is really nice, considering that we know that we can survive some of those moves right there. And that was a couple battles that I had climbing up here to almost 2,700. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you guys think about these nerfs and buffs. Again, if you guys haven't seen all the information yet, there'll be links down in the description. You guys can head over to my channel. You will see it. It's got the Jellicent thumbnail. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great final week of part 1. We aren't even halfway through season 6 just yet. So we're going to be starting off with Great League again next week. So like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.